to the show with your friend and mine. So tell me, Dr. Squee, who's it gonna be this time? We like to hear you talk, but we love to hear you listen. And if you are not subscribed, you won't know what you're missing. So welcome to the Dr. Squee Show. Welcome to the Dr. Squee Show. Welcome to the Dr. Squee Show. Headphones up. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to not the Dr. Squee Show, but another Squeefest preview and announcement video. So this comes almost as much as a surprise to me as to you that I'm announcing another person with just days to go for Squeefest. But they contacted me last minute, said they were in, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's welcome my guest tonight. He's here to talk about the 3 shows he's going to be on. So he's going to be on ReTrek. He's going to be on GeeksQuad Presents Mad Max 2, Road Warrior. And he's also on Wrestling Top Trumps. Please welcome to the special announcement video, Captain Jim. How are you doing? James King, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. I mean, Jesus, just when you think all the planning and the scheduling at very least is done, then you get a curveball. But look, it's a fabulous curveball to get, so I'm not going to complain. Yeah, I mean, James, as we discussed off air, Starfleet, after commanding that we do 2 hours of ReTrek, then they had a special emergency communique. They were speaking to the Doctor, who, as we all know, they know from the comic book series.
Of course.
So the Doctor got in touch, said, look, it'll have to be an hour because I've got a guest coming your way. She is Doctor Who companion from the 6th Doctor, still playing the role now on audio through Big Finish. And also, as I was reminded by James here, also was in Star Trek Continues.
Yeah.
Please welcome to the lineup of Squeefest, Nicola Bryant Perry herself.
Fantastic.
Has joined the lineup. Let's just leave her up for a minute there, just to admire. But man, I could not believe it. I just got a message from her agent I'd been speaking to him like about a month ago, and he said, "Oh, I'll let you know close to the time if she's available." By this stage, of course, I just assumed not. I didn't want to hassle him, and I just got an email saying she's available. So it's not quite as simple as she's going to go into the other hour for ReTrek, because I had to do a little bit of messing around with the schedule. So I will publish a new version.
You know what? Right, we don't mind getting shortened down to an hour, but Nicola Bryant is now the base level for that. Anyone lesser on the pecking scale than Nicola Bryant will be having words, but we'll let that one go.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that we'd elongated ReTrek to 2 hours, I do genuinely like to think I'm man of my word. It would have either had to been somehow kind of trimming slots or just saying it's too late. It really genuinely.
No, it's fantastic to get that, especially at the last minute. Yeah, she's great.
It's amazing. Hello, I'm watching you guys whilst listening to Thunder, Lightning, and Rain. Well, Sarah Kirk, sorry, we did arrange that just for the dramatic announcement. So, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
we spend no expense.
I've got a bit of that going on as well. So if it comes through on the feed, it's not just dramatic background. But
no. We contacted Starfleet Command to adjust the weather settings for.
They do that, don't they? Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, I mean, a fantastic announcement. So we hope everyone's going to join us on the day. Again, what I'll do is I'll publish the new version of the schedule. It'll only be a change to stream 1. So basically what ended up happening, just so everyone can be welcome to my nightmare. I mean, again, worst nightmares to have, worst problems to have. But when I heard Nicola could do it, there was a specific slot that she wanted. So it involved moving the person who was in that slot, who's in New Zealand, who was already on at 2 a.m, and had somehow madly agreed to this. So I didn't want to move him any later, obviously. So I want to move him earlier. So then I had to move Steve Ashton, who was on the opening slot. He went a bit later. ReTrek him down to an hour. Our Kiwi friend is now the opener. That's Gareth's Random Ramblings. So it all worked out. But again, it feels like the opening to Wayne's World, where they go, or Wayne's World 2, whichever one it is, when they've got to swap the schedules.
Yeah.
Like, and then White Supremacist World. Like, it just gets very crazy. If you've seen that film, that is a direct quote. That's not me. steering away from those murky waters, James, it's exciting times, not only for that, but for all the shows which you're being part of. So, ReTrek, we're now just going to be concentrating on Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest, yes.
Lower Decks will be covered, but it'll be a few days later on the usual Wednesday slot.
It'll be your regular ReTrek episode next Wednesday, which is pretty good because it means that we're, as everyone knows, Lower Decks dropped on a Friday in the UK. Do something about that, Paramount. We're in the age of global simultaneous releases. There's no reason for that. Anyway, so you'd have having to be cramming the episode the night before or the morning before. So it's actually worked out pretty cool. So
it works out nicely for me and all watching. We didn't want to do any spoilers. And I was already thinking in my head, I was like, oh, well, we'd have to do Galaxy Quest first. Because then if someone wants to disappear at the end in case they
so no, it's going to be great just to have a good hour to talk about Galaxy Quest, and it's one that we've been wanting to cover for a while, and we know it's not officially Star Trek, but it so is. So
and there's not many Star Trek kind of parodies of this type, because there's the out and out kind of spoofs, so like Saturday Night Live sketches, things like that, including that famous one with William Shatner, Get a Life, which became a book for him. But there's not many where they've kind of taken the idea and then rewritten it into its own world, basically. I mean, you could say now, obviously, the Orville kind of is that, but at the time, there was nothing kind of this sort.
No, and there's some interesting stories about the production of it and how it started off and what it was supposed to be. But you'll have to tune in on Saturday to find out about all those. But yeah, we're really looking forward to talking about Galaxy Quest, and it's one of them where any excuse to rewatch it, you're like, yeah.
Any excuse to rewatch it, and also to watch another fantastic Alan Rickman performance. Now he's no longer with us. So.
Yeah. I think this is one of the first. Obviously, I watched Die Hard every Christmas, but I think this is one of the first sort of Rickman films I've watched since he passed, and you do realise what an absolute legend he was.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, how many years later? And I don't think I watched. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen Galaxy Quest since he passed. So
no, definitely not.
Exciting and a little bit emotion, we'll say.
Yeah.
Moving on though, we've got then it's going to be that's going to be on Saturday now, if I remember correctly, 8:00, I believe.
If you say so, you're the boss.
But I've got a timetable somewhere here. No, it's not. Anyway, okay, we're going to say 8:00, but I will again be published later. So I believe it's 8 till 9. I think it's the 7 till 8 slot which we swapped around. But anyway, regardless, we'll publish time. But then we're going to Sunday morning on the 11th September at 9 a.m. where we're going to be talking about Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
Yeah.
And this was great because I've never actually, I don't think, even as a kid, I really watched all the Mad Max films through. And they are bonkers as hell.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you watched the first two again, didn't you, in prep for this? Or have you watched Thunderdome as well?
I'm in the middle now. I was trying to watch Thunderdome last night. I fell asleep. And when I was watching it, it was in the last hours to watch it on Prime before it came out.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got hold of a copy now, but it's like typical. I fall asleep during it, and then I can't replay it because it's gone past midnight. But anyway, I'm going to watch the rest of it. So yeah, I'm going the whole trilogy.
The whole trilogy, yeah. I mean, yeah, Mad Max is a crazy, crazy series, and yeah, again, we'll talk about this on Sunday morning. But first of all, thank you so much for having us on for this one. Where it's myself and three of my friends who. We've done a bit of podcasting before. We've done a bit of work for the Star Trek Wars podcast, which if you've got room for 2 Star Trek podcasts in your life, that's the one to listen to. And so we've all worked together before, and we thought we want to do something of our own. So we started during lockdown, actually. So we've been working on it a while. We started recording a Farscape podcast, the Australian-American Muppets, all that business, Farscape show. And as we were recording this show, we'd end up talking about various other things and films. And invariably, one of the group would say, I've not seen that. And we'd be like, right, we need to do a podcast on that film. You need to watch that. So we found out that one of us has not seen Mad Max 2. And Virginia Hay, who's in Farscape, is in Mad Max 2. So it's one that we've really, really been wanting to cover. And this is proceeding. We're going to be launching the podcast very soon. So thank you so much for having us on to launch it in such a grand stage. So that's going to be really good fun.
No, it's a complete honor to be on your first episode as well. But yeah, I mean, it was, I cannot wait to talk about these films now because there's loads to love about them, but loads which is batshit and loads which is just
crazy,
nonsense.
crazy. Like...
It is a wonderful world to step in. What was I going to say? And also, I love the fact that your name. Recently, I've been watching from the beginning What We Do in the Shadows. I don't know if you watched it. And I've decided the only way to say the name of your podcast is in Matt Barry's voice, because I thought it was GeeksQuad or GeeksQuad, sorry, but it's actually pronounced GeeksQuad. Like you've got to do the Matt Barry pause in a different place.
Matt Barry's awesome. GeeksQuad, but you can say GeeksQuad because it works both ways always. I'm quite lucky. Yorkshire, we have them flat vowel sounds, so I can just run it all together and get away with it. GeeksQuad.
Yeah, it's cool. And then the other show you're on, in fact, actually, it's Wrestling Top Trumps. We're going to talk about it in a second, but I know you've wanted to address a certain video which came our way.
Mm-hmm.
There's, for anyone who's seen it online, there are the promos which the three gents who are on. I mean, I say gents, it's getting a bit nasty. I'll be honest. But the three guys who are on Wrestling Top Trumps each produced an audio clip, but one of the players, Leezy, went the extra step and did video, which I know has put some noses out of joint. So we played the audio, has been available online, but maybe we'll just play the video quickly and then maybe James can address some of this. But here is Matt Leezy from his promo video for Wrestling Top Trumps.
King? Spindles? I don't even know what a Spindles is, brother. But I hear on Sunday, September the 11th, as part of Squeefest, that you two are coming to me! Wrestling Top Trumps triple threat match, baby. And some guy named King and some dude named Spindles think they stand a chance against the OG, Leezy. I'm thinking this is gonna be a nice, easy morning for Leezy. I'm gonna pop, slap you two out of the way, become the Top Trumps Squeefest champion, and then I'll probably take my family out for a nice lunch. What I'm trying to say is I don't even think I'm gonna break a sweat on Sunday, September the 11th at Squeefest. I heard you guys weren't even brave enough to put yourselves on video for the promo. I'm supposed to be sitting here intimidated by both of y'all. Nothing. Spindles, I don't even know what that is. King, you ain't no king. It's Leezy for the title. Sunday, September the 11th at Squeefest.
Now, look, as your ringmaster Squee, obviously I have no side in this, but maybe you want to give a little rebuttal to that.
Okay, you got a guy there. And that guy's saying, I don't have the cojones to make a video myself. I don't need to make a video myself. My voice is good enough. I've got 150 podcast episodes, my voice out there. What's he got? He's got Ninja Turtles nailed to his wall in the background. I'm going to take my family out. This man's got no family. The man's got Ninja Turtles nailed to his wall. The man is not even man enough to take those Ninja Turtles, take them out of the wrapper and actually play with them like a real man. No, this is a guy who nails them to the wall and he questions my ability. I mean, he's talking trash to Spindles as well. He can do that. I don't know who Spindles is either. I don't know what Spindles is. I don't care. I agree with him on that. But he's saying he's going to do this, he's going to do that, he's going to take his family out. No. His family's going to be visiting him in the hospital, the local medical facility, when we're done with him on Sunday. And if he wants to see a video, he'll be able to watch it back on YouTube over and over again. And he can ask Raphael on his wall what he thinks about it.
Yep. So you've heard it here first. King calls out Leezy, play with your toys like a real man.
Yeah. My toys. You want to see my toys? My toys are on a shelf. They're displayed. I take them down. I play with them. I act it all out. You don't want to keep him in the card. What's he doing? He's trying to save it for some sort of investment.
Okay, well, with those words, we're going to leave in a second. But just a reminder, guys, this is being done. Squeefest is being done for a good cause. You can donate now at justgiving.com/sheltersquee. Again, like whatever you can afford in these tough times. If you can afford to give a bit extra, great. If you can't, absolutely wonderful. Come along, enjoy the day. But we just hope to get some good money for a wonderful charity. And again, the big announcement: Nicola Bryant herself, Perry from Doctor Who, will be joining us for Squeefest. And the lineup and everything will be published later. Thank you very much for joining me, Keegan.
You're welcome.
Is there anything they can catch you on in about 14 minutes?
Yeah, if you want to stick around on the live streams at 6:30, we're going to be going out there. We're going to be talking on ReTrek the latest episode of Lower Decks, which was a good fun one, and we're going to talk Rivals from DS9, which a little bit of a spoiler for the upcoming show. Weirdly, that is one of my favorite episodes. And
favorite. Okay,
yeah,
got a lot to talk
love it. Love that episode. That's why I was so keen to do it in the chat. I was like, that's the one we're doing. I'll never get another opportunity.
Fair enough. We will talk about that all in a minute. Guys, if you are watching this on any of the other like Facebook pages or whatever else, you go to the ReTrek page or you go to youtube.com/ReTrek.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Just search for ReTrek on the socials. We should pop up somewhere.
Brilliant. But for now, for this special preview, Squeefest announcement and preview with Kingy here, I've been Dr. Squee. With me has been...
Oh, Captain Jim.
And in a world where you can be anything, until Squeefest, or until a couple of minutes when you join us for ReTrek, be kind.